Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. What Buhari told me about my case with Efcc, Okorocha. What Buhari told me about my case with Efcc, Okorocha. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, stay tuned as I read today's news. Senator Rochas Okorocha says President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to take on the case he has with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. He said this on Thursday while responding to questions from State House reporters after a closed-door meeting with the president at the presidential villa, Abuja. The former governor of Imo State said the EFCC has continued to harass him in spite of a subsisting court order restraining the anti-graft agency from prosecuting him. The commission had filed a 17-count fraud charge against him at the Federal High Court, Abuja, shortly after Okorocha publicly declared intention to contest for presidency in 2023. He was alleged to have embezzled 2.4 billion naira through connivance with some individuals and companies. Okorocha said he met the president in order to get justice because the EFCC was still holding his international passport. According to him, it is the responsibility of Buhari to ensure that justice is served on all citizens. Okorocha stated that the president said he would take up the matter, especially when he saw the judgment. He said he will take up the matter and find out what is actually happening. And I hope he will do so, and I believe he will do that. The federal lawmaker said it was politically motivated when asked if he suspected his ordeal was being orchestrated by the detractors. On why he sought the president's intervention, despite his disposition for principles, especially in the fight against corruption, he said one of the duties of a president is to protect the law of the land, and when an issue comes to an issue of judgment, the duty is incumbent on the government of the day to ensure the justice is done. I came to demand for justice, that you should prevail, and as the custodian, as the leader of our nation, it should be made to know that such is going on. I didn't come here to say I don't want to be investigated by the EFCC. That's not the issue, that there is judgment on the ground. There is judgment and there is order of the court that I am asking Mr. President, who appointed the EFCC, to recall that there was the law that established the EFCC. And if that law is good to make somebody EFCC, that law should be obeyed too. Okorocha attributed the general insecurity in the southeast to poor handling of the issues of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. He said the decision to to prescribe IPOB as terrorists by the federal government was needless action when the matter could have been properly handled by the authorities. Okorocha said he was able to manage the security situation effectively during his tenure as governor for 8 years in Imo State. It was a needless action to have even started something that you can handle and not allowed to escalate. If the federal government made them to call them terrorists, it is the state government that made the recommendations and created that image that presented the boys as terrorists, he added. He also asked for justice on the matter involving his son-in-law, Uche Nwosu, who was kidnapped by masked security personnel, saying the arrested person in connection with the matter had been released. Senator Rochas Okorocha says President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to take on the case he has with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (Efcc). He said this on Thursday while responding to questions from State House reporters after a closed-door meeting with the president at the presidential villa, Abuja. The former governor of Imo State said the Efcc has continued to harass him in spite of a subsisting court order restraining the anti-graft agency from prosecuting him. The commission had filed a 17-count fraud charge against him at the Federal High Court, Abuja, shortly after Okorocha publicly declared intention to contest for presidency in 2023. He was alleged to have embezzled 2.4 billion naira through connivance with some individuals and companies. Okorocha said he met the president in order to get justice because the EFCC was still holding his international passport. According to him, it is the responsibility of Buhari to ensure that justice is served on all citizens. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about today's news. Thank you for listening.